Hey guys, I hope you're really well. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to do a gig ready with me because I am off to Download Festival. I'm super excited to go. I'm only heading down for the Sunday though, but there are loads of bands that I want to see today, so it'll be loads of fun. Just in terms of full disclosure, I am actually on the PR team, so I'm going to be heading down there and getting loads of content for you on my Instagram. I'll pop a little vlog at the end of this video, and there will be a download vlog in the next week or so keep an eye out for that. But keep watching so we can have a chat about Download, some of the bands, and you can see this makeup look, and I hope you enjoy. So this is what I look like after endless weekends of gigs, 2 full days worth of weddings, barely any sleep, and I went to bed at about 2:30 in the morning. So for this gig ready with me, it's actually going to be kind of simple because, in case anyone hasn't been informed, Download is an absolute swamp. So I think in this instance it is going to be more comfort and practicality over trying to look good. Like normally at festivals it's like, cool, yeah, festival time, what am I going to wear that makes me look really cool, because festivals are like my thing. Regular kids go out, get drunk, go to clubs, stuff like that. I just spend my money on festivals. I am going in pretty hard with all the priming stuff and the prep because I feel like with the weather at Download at the moment, a small gust of wind, or mud in this case, will just blow off all my makeup, and if it starts to rain we're all screwed. So preparation is key. I do actually have a different go-to foundation that I do like using, but I think in this instance I have to use my regular like Superstay foundation, just because I mean, everyone's coming out from Download looking like a drowned rat. Because of this, I would normally use the cheap concealer, but because I feel like I need to hide a lot of baggage going on here, I'm going to use the Tarte stuff, because this stuff is like heavy duty and it's very, very thick. So I've kind of got like a heavy duty section of makeup for when I go to gigs, just the stuff that I know is going to last. Every now and again I get a comment from like a random gig person that I meet, and they're like, how do you still look like that after a gig? Like, you're meant to go to a gig and your makeup is meant to be like completely off your face. You're meant to look sweaty and like you've essentially just died. Like I always say, I am more of a grab a drink, even though I don't really drink that much, and admire the band from the back, you know, get to see everything going on. I'm not going to get my makeup taken off with one swift punch to the face. I'd already had a wedding booked in for the Friday. The original booking was a half-day booking, and then a couple of months ago it turned into a full-day booking. And then I played a hen do recently, maybe, I think it must have been at the beginning of June, yeah, right at the beginning of June. And we were a surprise for the bride, so she didn't know that her friends were booking us for her. And when she saw us, she started crying, and she really liked it. I got the feeling that she really appreciated us as musicians being there, which is really nice because not everyone is a music person. And I think she just really liked the fact that her friends had gone to the effort of getting musicians for her, and you know, we learnt some songs for her, and it was just really nice to see that reaction, because you don't always get that. But she really liked us, and she actually asked us to play her wedding. And to be honest, you do get that quite a lot. You get a lot of people being like, oh, this was really fun, you should play this, or oh, are you free on this date, I'd love to have you play this, and you just never hear back from them. But she literally got in touch with us the next day and was like, hey, like I said, do you want to play my wedding in a couple of weeks? And we were like, absolutely, yeah, of course. And it was just such a lovely wedding. Like, it was kind of low-key, but kind of not. Her friends were all very happy, very nice. Everyone was, you know, appreciative of the music. You do some gigs and some people just don't respond to the music at all, and that's totally fine, because it's not everyone's cup of tea. Not everyone's like a dancer, like I'm not. If I'm at a wedding, I don't dance unless I've had drinks in me. But yeah, it was a really fun wedding. I did actually get back quite early, well, early in wedding terms last night. So I got back around 5ish, and I think there were a few bands that I did want to see. I don't actually know who was on yesterday that I missed. Most of the bands that I did want to see were actually playing on Sunday, so I just kind of thought, actually, do you know what, that works pretty well when it comes to a wedding as well. It's fine because I really enjoy weddings, but obviously clients come first. So again, I've got like another dupe of the Anastasia Beverly Hill brow stuff. I've just got a cheap version from NYX. NYX is really good for just like cheap versions of the high-end stuff that you have, but in this instance I don't think it's worth my eyebrows rubbing off. So in terms of bands, I actually sorted this out last night because, well, I mean, I just went to sleep and I was like, what, you know, how many hours of sleep am I actually going to be able to get? I need to calculate this, and I'm not going to be able to calculate it unless I know what bands I'm seeing. All of the Australian bands that I like are all coming, so I feel like it's just a big Australian band fest, and I'm pretty sure I've covered every single band that is that I want to see tonight. A lot of them I haven't seen before either, or I've only seen like little small snippets of their sets, so today will be a really interesting one. For my eyes, I am going to use this new Beauty Bay Origin palette. This is super nice. I didn't realise you are meant to select, like, so basically it has here like all the different things you use it for, so base, transition, crease, etc. Numbers at the top. You meant to find a number and run it down. I haven't been doing that. I've just been picking, you know, oh, I like the base from 1, you know, I quite like the crease from 5. So I'm actually going to try this and follow it as it's meant to be today, and we'll see what happens. I always find that when I do my eye makeup, it ends up as the same brown look, or the same orangey brown look as every other. But then I also realise that I don't really clean my makeup brushes that often. So that's probably what that is. So all of the Australian bands that I want to see, which I think that everyone on my channel will very much appreciate. I Prevail, who I've covered a lot of. Under Oath, who I haven't covered a lot of them. I've done one song. But I was actually considering doing Writing on the Walls, because that is the first song that I ever heard of them. It's not like, you know, I know all of their songs. I am unfortunately that person that knows that song. I'm interested to see them live because I might completely fall in love with them. I mean, a lot of the response from their latest album wasn't that great, so I think that's probably why I didn't listen to that. I'm all for listening to a band live and seeing what you experience when you're there, because I know some people watch a band live and then fall in love with them instantly. There's then Heart of a Coward. I haven't seen them ever. Like, I always hear their name, so maybe it's just that I see a lot of my friends sharing their stuff online, so I feel like they're going to be a band that I'm absolutely happy to check out. I also do want to do that, to be fair, because I'm going to be with like my friends and Matt for most of the day. There are bands that I want to see kind of like between the times of like 11 and the last band I want to see is at 5, but especially at Download, because Download, it is my kind of festival music, but I think that like certain stages is my kind of festival. So for example, if you've never been to Download or you've never like looked at Download, it's kind of ever so slightly tailored to the older, more metal bands. So for example, the headliner tonight is Tool, I believe. They've had like Metallica. And the thing is as well, is that a lot of people grew up listening to those kinds of bands. And I feel like as well, it's probably a thing with being not from an English family. I was not a musical person growing up. The music that I listened to was the music that I found myself. So when I was younger, and my sister listened to like Linkin Park and Evanescence and stuff, that's my introduction to music. Not every band at Download is my style, so normally they lump it on like one day, the bands that I would listen to. I actually think I listened to I Prevail after people nagged me enough to cover their tracks, and then I did. I didn't actually get into originally listening to them when they did all their covers, which I think is quite nice because I listened to them from their original music. There's then Beartooth, who I feel like I've seen before at Download. Maybe I caught like one set, but I think the last time I saw them, I went to a gig recently. I went to Bring Me the Horizon actually in London at some point, I think at the beginning of the year, and I think they were supporting then. They were fine then, but the time before that I saw them, which I think was at Download or a similar festival, the sound wasn't that good, or maybe they weren't that good. You have to be really careful when you watch bands at festivals, especially if it's for the first time. Some festivals have amazing sound. If you're in a tent especially, the sound can be really, really good. If you're outside and there are multiple things like, you know, the stages are too close together, or the weather's a bit crap, or the sound setup just isn't that great, it's really hard to get the sound right at a festival. It can make you kind of be like, oh yeah, the band were crap, when they weren't, but it's just, it didn't sound that great because actually it's at a festival. But finally, the last band that I want to see are Amity Affliction. Of course, I've seen them so many times. In fact, I saw them so many times that I actually kind of took a break, I think, on their recent album cycle when they toured. I was just a bit like, do you know what, I don't need to go, because I have just seen them so much. Also, I kind of feel like Amity are beyond the small grotty venues. I know that every band does have to do that, and actually for a lot longer than you expect, but I think the last time I saw them it was like at an O2 Institute, which aren't bad venues at all. Sounds normally really good there as well, but I just felt like it was, you know, quite a small space, and I thought, well, you know, when I used to go watch them back in London, I used to see them at small little Institute venues, so I kind of expected them to be playing bigger, not necessarily bigger shows, because that would mean that it would probably cost a bit more and maybe harder to get to see them, but it's just going to be quite nice to see them at Download, because I feel like that's a festival that they would work really good at. Like, for example, it would be nice to see them at Slam Dunk, but I guess they don't really fit into that genre there. I wasn't going to go for much of an exciting lip, but I feel like because my outfit is going to be so basic, I have to. Because it is so muddy there, I have to wear wellies, and I've only got dashend wellies. And because it's so muddy as well, like there's no point in me wearing tights or anything. So normally I try and find something that's like, you know, quite nice, but also festival suitable, which might be like a dress or something. With the understanding that I'm probably going to get like mud all over the back of my legs, I'm just going to wear some jeans, and I'm just going to wear a Vans top. I might also wear my Architect's pullover just for warmth, and then I've got a highlighter parka. I'm going to make my lips look a bit more exciting, and I am using Fetish by Lime Crime. And again, because we are all about maintaining this today, I'm going to go in with the All Nighter by Urban Decay, which is my favourite for just keeping your makeup on all day. I haven't actually used it a lot recently because it hasn't really been that hot, so I haven't needed it for like weddings or anything. Normally if it's really hot and really sunny, I will use it for weddings because it stops me from sweating all day, obviously. So like I said, Download Festival this year is an absolute swamp. So in this instance, it is going to be comfort and warmth over fashion. I am literally just wearing some ripped jeans. I'm wearing some dashend boots because that's all that I have in terms of wellies. And then I'm going to wear a Vans top, and then I also am going to bring, over my Vans baseball tee, I am just going to wear this Architect's crew neck. So real basic today.